We are still going here, folks. Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. We are back with part 5 of our review of Jaclyn Hill's weight loss series.
But it's healthier than me ordering pizza.
It's just like a Dorito.
I'm most excited for my fat ass. A major cheat is coming up.
I'm so bloated. I haven't been this bloated in so long.
I just want my brain to be normal. I'm eating all of this. I'm literally sitting here eating pizza. This is, I feel like, the world's biggest failure. Someone come stop me.
But first, let me drop in here to tell you about my sponsor, Thrive Market. So Thrive Market is an online membership-based market that aims to make health-focused specialty products more affordable and accessible to everyone. Basically, you do a guided shopping quiz to get a personalized shopping list and product recommendations specifically tailored to your diet goals and household needs. You can also filter by different diet goals like vegan or fair trade and shop for your essential groceries, beauty, supplements, home goods, and more. They work directly with every brand so you get the best prices, and if you find a better price somewhere else, they'll match it. I also love that they deliver everything in carbon neutral packaging from zero waste warehouses, and shipping is free on orders over $49. Currently, they only deliver to the contiguous US, so I always order as soon as I go down to Florida. But they have 1 month and 12-month options, so you can choose the membership model that best fits your lifestyle. The 12-month membership is a really great deal because it does come down to just $5 a month. And if you join today, you'll get 40% off of your first order and a free gift. So definitely check out my link in the description to sign up. And you can pause the screen or look at the description to check out my disclaimer, including a trigger warning to those with current or previous experiences with disordered eating. As always, please feel free to skip this video if it's not supportive to your journey. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell so that you never miss out on an episode. And if you're not following me already on Instagram and TikTok, get on it at Abby's Kitchen. All right, we are in it for the long haul here, folks. So if you've missed any of my previous reviews on Jaclyn's weight loss series, you can check out my most recent video right here. There is a lot of ground to cover here today, so we're going to be taking a look at her November 8th video. I don't know if I can do this. Let's get into it.
I'm pissed off. I'm just pissed off. I'm hungry. I've gained 2 pounds in the last 3 days, even though I feel like I'm starving. I've just been eating like 3 perfect meals a day of just like vegetables, a little fruit on the side, and a little protein, and like no snacking. And I've gained 2 pounds and I'm so angry. I'm gonna go eat so much pasta. I am done. I am so done. The fact that I have literally barely eaten anything in the past couple of days and I have put on 2 pounds, I'm done. I'm gonna go eat so much pasta. I'm gonna live my best. I thought that I was kidding. Okay, that's cute.
I really feel for Jaclyn at this point. I really do. As I mentioned in my review of her previous video, seeing weight fluctuations of, 2 to 5 pounds could actually be completely normal. Weight loss journeys never look like a perfect straight line down a graph. So that really isn't necessarily concerning to a professional like me. Now, what is concerning is Jaclyn's reaction to the number going up on the scale. So we are seeing the pendulum swing from what she briefly describes as starving by subsisting off of lots of vegetables and protein to living her best and eating all the things. And while I am hearing her claim this journey is about self-care, I feel that this behavior seems like a very far cry from caring. Now, research suggests that frequent self-weighing like this can negatively impact mood and self-esteem, particularly for folks who struggle with disordered eating. Had Jaclyn made a point to not weigh herself along this journey, I would bet that she would have continued to feel motivated to eat in a more balanced, satisfying way. She would have been able to use that mental space for other important goals like her jewelry launch, and honestly, her weight probably would have continued to trend downward over time. But the stress from yo-yo dieting is emotionally not motivating and is also physically unsupportive because it's likely causing some hormonal shifts like an uptick in cortisol levels.
I'm just so frustrated because I put on 2 pounds and I'm just sitting there, even though I am doing everything right. And tonight is my Halloween party. And yeah, I could totally make like better decisions and be like, I'm not gonna drink tonight, or like I'm, gonna have a salad. No, but that's just not the case. I'm gonna enjoy, like I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna have a good time because I'm so hungry, you guys. Like when I was losing the most weight a couple of weeks ago, I felt like my hunger level was so low and it was like really easy not to snack. It was really easy to make good choices. I'm like starving 24/7. Like I will eat an entire meal and I'll be like, why am I still hungry?
So what is going on? Well, I mean, there's absolutely no way for me to know for sure, but I can tell you a few potential theories. One, from what I've seen, Jaclyn's diet is pretty low carb. So a lot of that initial weight loss was probably a lot of water weight, which can be very motivating at first, but has to eventually
slow down.
Two, earlier on in the journey, she was able to drop weight really fast and seemingly kind of like outsmart her hunger. But at this point, it's almost like her body is freaking out, realizing that it's been duped. Like it's screaming to be refed to help bring her back to her set point where her weight is just more comfortable sitting. What happens in this scenario is that leptin satiety hormone levels tank, the ghrelin hunger hormone and cortisol levels rise, and this trifecta makes it a lot harder to lose weight or suppress one's appetite. Finally, there's also the mindset around the scale at play. As we've already discussed, that all or nothing mindset always sets us up for a binge. Or we can just throw all those theories aside in the event that maybe she's gonna get her period. Because we know that weight gain is very common when you're gonna get your period. We know that hunger tends to increase when we're getting our period. These things are normal, and I actually have a whole video on what to eat at different points in your cycle you can watch right here.
Those are terrible.
I see we've made it to the other end of the spectrum.
Eating McDonald's breakfast, this isn't even worth the cheat. I'm too lazy, I'm too hungover.
This is what we often call the Last Supper mentality. You know, I already ruined my diet, so I might as well just go all in.
Stop it.
This is a running theme with Jaclyn and really not uncommon with extremely restrictive diets. Having said that, I want to just reassure Jaclyn and also everyone else that a Mickey D's breakfast doesn't need to represent the other end of the spectrum, as Jordan said, assumingly juxtaposing it against her health food kick. I mean, in my professional opinion, the egg wrap and pancake combo may actually be a pretty good hangover cure. So research suggests that the cysteine in eggs helps to remove the acetaldehyde buildup from the body after a long night of drinking. Alcohol also lowers blood sugar levels and leads to nausea and fatigue. So the carbs from the pancakes and the wrap may also help to provide a little quick energy boost that we really need. Plus, we've got some protein and fat going on to help slow that blood sugar response down. So if we pair that with like a big bottle of water and maybe a piece of fruit for some fiber and lots of rest, I think she made a fine post-drinking choice.
Turnips. So he just sliced up turnips and we're just putting some like oils and herbs on them and baking them for 15 minutes. But I personally have been craving cheese pizza so bad. So instead of ordering pizza, I made this for myself. It's literally a low-calorie tortilla. It's like one of those like 80-calorie tortillas. And then I put mozzarella on it. And then I put turkey pepperoni. But I know it's still not healthy, but it's healthier than me ordering pizza.
Okay, I love the ease of this DIY pizza, and I think it's great that rather than suppressing her craving, she's finding a way to satisfy it in a way that works for her. However, I do want to just point out that, I don't know, the calories in this homemade pizza are not really that far off from having a slice of regular thin crust pizza. And I'm not pointing this out to encourage her to put the DIY pizza on the off limits list, but rather just to reassure everyone that real delivery pizza is also no big deal.
Pizza time.
In fact, if you want to learn how to turn it into a super satiating, hunger-crushing combo, you can check out my video right here.
The turnip chips sucked. So that was a fail. So instead, I'm eating seaweed. Just like a Dorito.
Okay, so not all healthy swaps can be winners. And I'm not sure I agree that seaweed is just like a Dorito. I think she was being sarcastic, but it does look like she genuinely likes it, which is what we love to see. Seaweed is also low in calories and is a great source of iodine. So it's a great snack if you like that umami flavor and crunch.
On top of everything, of course, the thing I'm most excited for, my fat ass. A major cheat is coming up. I'm so bloated. I haven't been this bloated in so long. So much cheese, carb. Don't regret eating it because it's literally the best food. I definitely ate too much, and man, it's like when you're eating cleaner and then you eat stuff like that, it just like affects you so heavy. It's like you love food, but then you can't even enjoy it when you eat like that. I'm not eating for a week.
This scene says a lot to me. I mean, this is exactly the outcome that I would expect when you're living the kind of clean eats to cheat day life. If you know that you're gonna have to restrict again tomorrow, never mind to not eat for a week, as she sarcastically suggested, of course you're going to overeat. This is survival, like feast and famine, the Last Supper. Now, she mentioned not being able to enjoy these foods that she loves. And yeah, when the outcome is feeling sick and super bloated, I get it. It is not even enjoyable at the end. Nor, I would say, is the experience of extreme restriction. So the solution to me is quite clear. We need a gentler approach. One that allows her to have a taco and not see it as the end of the world. Now, if we were to pair a couple tacos, let's say with a salad to give us a hunger crushing combo, we would get our fun food fix while also feeling satisfied and comfortable. And we could move on to the next day without tightening the reins even more. This cycle has to end.
I'm really struggling, you guys. I'm struggling with anxiety and depression so bad. It's so hard. Looking at my house, I'm like, look at my beautiful home. Like, look at all the things that I have. I just want my brain to be normal.
Yeah, I can identify so much with this. Like, I feel like she just took a quote from my own therapy session because I have the same realization every single day. And I know a lot of you guys watching Jaclyn or even me, like, you assume we might have it all together, but the reality is we all have a cross to bear. And also, it's never about the food. It's never just about the food.
So I finally have decided that it's time that I get help. So I actually have my first therapy session tomorrow. Which is amazing. I'm grateful that I'm able to do this, but I'm also like, can't help it. I always feel like I'm broken when I have to go to therapy. Look at Jaclyn, so f***ed up, you need therapy again. And it's so silly, it's so stupid.
Okay, so I was just going to say that I hope she can reach out for professional support. And I really want to applaud Jaclyn for taking such a courageous and important step. I'm really, really confident that a professional can help Jaclyn get to the root of her eating patterns and to develop some better coping mechanisms to help her manage her anxiety. And no, Jaclyn, you are not broken for needing therapy. I'm so mad at society, so sorry that society has made you feel that way or anyone else feel that way. Like, I honestly think that we all need therapy, especially after the past year when a lot of our traditional supports and communication systems were just taken away. Like, I think we can all agree here that it has not been easy for anyone.
Yesterday I ate from a food truck, and then last night I said F it, and I had a huge bowl of macaroni and cheese and 2 hot dogs. Literally what made me fat in the first place. It's what put fat on my body.
So much better than to go.
The second that I go live and I'm able to breathe, I'm eating all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna eat pizza for the first time in a really long time. I'm gonna eat whatever the hell I want. I am so upset because it's just very easy for me to be like, wow, great, another fail, Jaclyn, way to go.
I really feel badly for Jaclyn. I mean, I feel my own anxiety levels going up just thinking about her launch right now as a fellow content creator. And I want to acknowledge that leaning on food for comfort during stressful times is totally normal. In fact, there's actually a scientific reason why we often crave carbs when we're stressed, since carbs boost our happy neurotransmitter serotonin levels in the brain. But even though there's no denying that food plays a role in our mood, we need to find other coping tools in our toolbox.
I'm literally sitting here eating pizza. This is, I feel like, the world's biggest failure because I feel like I'm just kind of right back to the past in the sense of my face is like getting bigger again. I'm eating foods that cause inflammation. I am so stressed out. I just want comfort food. Like, I'm not eating a lot. Like, I'm only eating like twice a day right now because I go from being so stressed that I can't eat to all of a sudden when I am hungry, all I want is carbs. All I want is cheese and pizza.
So it's one thing to give yourself permission to eat food, which I fully support, but pairing that with guilt and shame will only kick the emotional roller coaster into high gear. This sounds like a really stressful time for Jaclyn, and maybe it's a time that we actually need to be focusing on exercising compassion rather than calling ourselves a failure or loser. I think it's really hard to be a creator and share all of these vulnerable moments with fans on the internet, but I also think that this content and looking at it and reviewing it objectively might be a really great opportunity for Jaclyn. Like, if it were a best friend saying all of these things, what would you tell her? How would you convince her that she's not a failure, that she's not a loser, and that eating the pizza and resting is maybe the best thing that she can be doing for herself right now? As for the scenario of losing her appetite, only then to kind of later overeat comfort foods, this is not an uncommon pattern. If this sounds like you, I recommend setting alarms for yourself every few hours to sit down for a meal or snack. Even if nothing sounds particularly good to you, pre-plan out some simple, tolerable options that can at least fuel your body and mind. This at least helps deal with the physical hunger piece, which typically makes the psychological hunger less noisy and desperate. It also helps prevent those spikes in cortisol, which can actually just perpetuate those negative emotions.
Instead, had a panic attack. I'm trying not to think about it too much and like get myself all worked up.
I know it's just a website issue, but now that I had a website issue, people are just like waiting to see me fail, and it's
People just want to cancel me so hard and it sucks. Last night for dinner, I had 2 pieces of pizza and a chicken wing and a lot of ranch.
when you are stressed out and going through things, how come it is so easy to make the worst food decisions? Like, haven't worked out, haven't been getting good sleep, haven't been hydrating myself, and I've literally just eaten whatever is around. That's that. Also, I'm about to eat pasta, and I just had a piece of pizza. Someone come stop me.
I said it at the start of Jaclyn's journey, and I will say it again, but Jaclyn could really benefit from a psychologist and dietitian team. I mean, the therapy can help address using food as a coping mechanism, as well as her anxiety in general, and a dietitian could help Jaclyn see how her restriction is actually likely fueling her anxiety and also her overeating. This is a common but ineffective cycle that just perpetuates emotional and physical dysregulation. So where does Jaclyn go from here? Well, while Jaclyn is not my client, what I would suggest for folks struggling with a similar pattern is to put any food or diet manipulation on the back burner. Like, shift the journey to one of improving mental health and self-care, not for improving her diet, and definitely not for losing weight. Fresh start, new goal. As for specific nutrition advice, I actually think in a case like this, I would say it's not even worth talking about nutrition yet. We have to stop trying to make meals perfect because it makes it hard not to have negative emotions about ourselves when they're not perfect. We need to start with a blank slate that isn't riddled with moralized beliefs about food and our body in order to get to a place where we can have a salad and not feel deprived, or we can have, a few slices of pizza and not feel like we're the world's worst person. My hope for Jaclyn, if she does watch my videos, is that she's maybe able to see some patterns emerge, that weighing herself too regularly and restricting down to 2 meals a day is not netting out to a positive health experience. But I'm sending Jaclyn lots of healing therapy vibes, and I really hope that moving forward, she can prioritize self-care over self-control. And on that note, that is all that I have for you guys today. And thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring. Don't forget to check out my link below to get 40% off of your first order and a free gift. If you like this video, be sure to give it the thumbs up, leave me a comment below with your thoughts and what you'd like to see me cover next. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time at Abby's Kitchen. Bye.